When I was growing up, we had a menagerie of animals, from chickens to pigs, guinea pigs, cats, lots and lots of cats, sheep, horses, and of course, dogs. Now, the rule in our house was if you want a dog, well, if you want any animal you want, you look after it. You feed it, you clean it, and you walk it, which of course we did. And that seems such a long time ago. As today, you've got people to do that for you. Busy lives means the pooch may not get a walk from you. Enter the professional dog walker, and it can be a good earner. In the UK, for instance, with over 8.5 million pet dogs, owners spend around £1.5 billion on dog walking services each year. Obviously, New Zealand being much smaller, those figures do not apply, but walkers with a modest-sized pack can pull in about $600 a day without any qualification. Auckland Council's Dog Management Bylaw 2019 is undergoing a review, and one of the issues being considered is law changes to how professional dog walkers are managed, including potential limits on how many dogs they can walk at any one time. There are concerns from members of the public that large packs of dogs being walked are not sufficiently controlled, with several incidents where a large pack of dogs have either got away from their walker or, in the worst case, attacked another dog. In April, a beloved family pup had to be put down after it suffered horrific injuries in a mauling by 4 larger dogs participating in a pack walk in East Auckland. Now, a final decision is to be made next year, but in the meantime, several dog walker groups have raised their own concerns. The Professional Dog Walkers Association met with the Franklin Local Board earlier this week, I believe, specifically to talk about the proposal to limit the number of dogs one person can walk both on and off leash. And spokesperson is Ben Spick, and he joins me now. Hello, Ben.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I'm great. Firstly, Ben, you are with the Professional Dog Walkers Association. Can you quickly tell me what qualifications you need in New Zealand to be called professional dog walkers?
Well, I guess in New Zealand, there are no qualifications. In fact, there's no qualifications really anywhere. Right. You can't do certificates or training courses or anything like that really anywhere. You can do some training overseas. It's obviously very expensive to do, but it's more around the art of training dogs, not really walking them.
Right. So you presented to the Franklin Local Board on Tuesday some of your concerns. What did you tell them? What is of concern if there is a law change?
I guess the main concern that we're bringing to local boards and councils is the actual scope of this issue. There are cases like the ones that you mentioned in your intro, which are obviously tragic and not anything that we would condone. But when you look at the statistics provided by Auckland Council, we're talking about 0.7% of total complaints. That's a tiny number of complaints received in any one year.
Right.
And by council staff's own assessment, there's not a material or out-of-step issue here. So we just kind of can't understand why council would be focusing their resources on this issue when they could be focusing their resources on really important issues like the 38% of complaints they receive about roaming dogs. And that number continues to increase every single year.
So that's interesting, Ben. So you question them about how many actual complaints related to walking multiple dogs with dog walkers. You think the problem is roaming dogs, which there is a problem. And what did they answer? What could they give you an answer?
I mean, we're talking to local board members here, so these are elected officials. We're just trying to give them the information. We haven't been approached by Auckland Council to discuss this issue. They actually haven't engaged with us at all. They asked a few select dog walkers about what they do at the very early stages of this process, but they haven't come to us with concerns or issues or anything like that, and they haven't really wanted to engage with us, which is another real sad fact, because we think that we can work together with them, but instead we've been slapped with kind of regulation for no real purpose.
Would you agree, though, more dogs, more attention required, more things can potentially go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And what our members strive themselves on is having really good control of the dogs that they walk. Those instances or issues that get picked up or reported on social media or in the news are generally by those not following the rules. So it's quite interesting when you look at the existing bylaw. It has a definition of control in it, and it says that basically when you walk a dog in public, you should be able to call it back to you really efficiently, and you should be able to do that consistently. And that's what our members do, and that's what the members of the public expect us to do, and that's what members of the public expect of each other. And if you can't do that, then you're already in breach of the rules. And I think what we're trying to say is creating a limit or a number doesn't change that and doesn't stop people from doing things that they're going to do anyway in breach of the law.